violence or no other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
The attack on comedian Dave Chappelle now being classified as a misdemeanor instead of a felony. The LA District Attorney says Isaiah Lee was merely in possession of a knife, not holding it when he rushed Chappelle on stage 2 nights ago. This is
So he was in the possession of a knife, not holding it, so he gets misdemeanors instead of a felony. If they can't bring upon felony charges on a guy who rushed one of the biggest comedians to ever walk this planet with the intentions of harming that comedian, they can't bring felony assault charges on this guy in LA, you're all doomed.
At the Hollywood Bowl in LA. That means the incident is considered battery instead of felony assault. City attorneys already picked up the case, filing 4 lesser charges against Mr. Lee.
Virgin Atlantic is under scrutiny.
And it's a story that has a lot of people talking. The LA County District Attorney declining to file felony charges against the armed man who attacked Dave Chappelle on stage at the Hollywood Bowl. Tonight, though, LA City Attorney Mike Feuer picking up the case and filing multiple misdemeanor charges against the man. Our Christian Cordero live in Hollywood with more on this story tonight. Christian.
We're outside the Laugh Factory, Mark, which has installed metal detectors in light of what happened. They have security guards that are checking bags before people go in. And there's a message that rotates up on its marquee. You can see it right there. It says, "Protect our comics." Lately, they have felt like they've been attacked for the kinds of jokes that they tell, and now they have been attacked.
Yep. And this is all to support the agenda of taking away your free speech. I mean, how is this not a felony assault, man? He goes on stage at a public event, caught on camera, and puts hands on Dave Chappelle. But they'll charge a Karen a felony offense for slapping the phone out of your hand when you're filming her.
Physically. Tonight, the industry that helps people escape from the world's issues faces an unavoidable reality of their own. Comedians like Sunda Kroonquist have seen it all too much, and lately...
When you go out on stage, are you scared?
I have been, because you never know when someone's taking it seriously. You don't know who you're joking with. You don't know if he's out. You don't know if he has a piece on him. You have to just ignore it, and for you actors out there, go fourth wall and make believe he's not there.
Police found a fake handgun with a real knife on the man who attacked Dave Chappelle, although it's not clear exactly where he carried it. Prosecutors say it wasn't in his hand during the attack. It's one of a few reasons why.
And how do they know? Did they zoom in and see that it wasn't like, come on?
The district attorney decided to hand the case down to the city attorney, reducing the charges from felonies to misdemeanors. Criminal defense attorney Lou Shapiro feels it adds up.
If somebody has no record and nobody got hurt, and there is a seemingly mentally ill component to the situation, it does not surprise me that.
Bruh, I'm tired of the mental illness out. Bruh, he dropped a song called Dave Chappelle on Spotify. If he's sane enough to drop a mixtape, he's sane enough to face felony charges. But I get it, it's the first offense, but are we really gonna sit here and wait till his next offense to charge him with a felony? I'm asking for a friend.
The DA's office said, you know what, this is better handled in misdemeanor land rather than felony land.
Do you think prior DAs would agree?
I think they would.
Sunda does not. For her, a misdemeanor charge sends the wrong message.
I want to see the district attorney do something because I want all the comics to be protected.
Wow. And I mean, you know, I feel her. I hear what she's saying, but I'm telling you, these are the same sisters who will be out here protesting for this dude if instead of other comedians beat him up, if it was a cop who put hands and feet on him and broke his arm, I guarantee she would be protesting with BLM outside, man.
to be protected.
Investigators still have plenty to figure out regarding how Lee got through security. At the end of the day, Lee was the only person physically injured. ABC 7 saw him on a gurney taken to a hospital.
Could he press charges?
It would be hard to find a civil lawyer who would want to take a case like that and sue someone else when his own client started it. So could he sue? Of course he could sue, but good luck to finding a lawyer who will take that case.
Lee faces 4 misdemeanor charges, including battery and possession of a weapon with intent to assault. He's due in court tomorrow morning, where he could enter a plea.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Medgar Evers, and it's a very tranquil scene compared to just a couple hours ago where a drive-by shooting
just took place. Excuse me, I'm getting live updates as we speak. I've just been updated to the amount of casualties from this drive-by shooting, and I'm getting reports that 2 people were actually declared deceased and 27 others were shot and injured but are in stable condition. And although we must pray for the families of the fallen, we must also praise God for the aim of the Super Gremlin. If you want to know more about the victims of this crime, make sure you add BGZM News 17 on Patreon at www.patreon.com/blackgenzmindset. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment on the video to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. For more hard-hitting news coverage from the community, by the community, I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
And cut.
All right, dog. Let's get the out of here before these niggas come back.
Whoa. Yo!
Whoa.
Ain't that nigga J?
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me.
He just went live
That
with
ain't
that
me.
funky ass suit
That's
on.
that nigga. That's not me.
Hey, get that nigga.
Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. Pray for me.
And who charged the stage at the Hollywood Bowl and attacked Dave Chappelle will not face felony charges. Instead, the LA City attorney is filing misdemeanor charges.
That's right, Pat. The decision is drawing mixed legal reactions.
And KCAL 9 political reporter Tom Wade is live in West Hollywood with analysis from both sides. Tom?
Hi there, Pat and Juan. Well, when you talk to people outside of the Laugh Factory here in West Hollywood, there are concerns that the consequences for these kinds of attacks are not harsh enough. But as you said, there are legal opinions on both sides of this. And one legal analyst we spoke with said he understands why this is not being charged as a felony. Isaiah Lee, the man who barreled onto the stage and tried to tackle Dave Chappelle at the Hollywood Bowl, will not face felony charges. LA County DA George Gascon's office sent the case instead to the LA City attorney, who said in a video statement his office intends to prosecute, but they will be misdemeanor charges.
My office has filed charges alleging battery, possession of a weapon with the intent to assault, and charges relating to interfering with a performance.
Investigators say Lee had a replica gun with a retractable knife blade attached, and as he lunged at Chappelle, Fierce says
the suspect allegedly was carrying a weapon.
The LA Times reports the weapon was inside Lee's bag, which is among the reasons why the DA's office did not charge Lee with a felony. Criminal defense attorney Alexandra Kazarian spoke earlier with our Amy Johnson.
I think it's the wrong decision. I think in this case, he had a weapon that he concealed through multiple layers of security. And there seems to be a very obvious intent that that very dangerous weapon was going to be used on stage.
CBS 2 legal analyst and current defense attorney Steve Meister disagrees.
I don't oppose this particular decision. I don't have a problem with it. And I am a Gascon skeptic. Just because something could be charged as a felony doesn't mean it necessarily should be. It depends a lot on the offender.
But we need to set an example for people who are running up on stage trying to fight a comedian just because they may not agree with what he said.
The circumstances what a trial would be like.
The DA's office released a statement that reads in part, prosecutors determined that while criminal conduct occurred, the evidence as presented did not constitute felony conduct. The district attorney's office does not prosecute misdemeanor crimes within the city of Los Angeles.
Just because Gascon is the DA doesn't mean he personally directed anybody to reject this and send it to the city attorney. The DA's office sends wobblers, which this is, something that could be charged either as a felony or misdemeanor, sends wobblers to the city attorney's office all the time.
With the attack happening so soon after the now infamous Oscars Will Smith assault, some comedians are asking, where is the line and why aren't there more severe consequences?
And you know who you can thank for that? Will Smith. And the next time this happens, you can thank Will Smith because that's how this started. And it's not the societal origin of.
So they're blaming Will Smith now for every Super Gremlins activities. I told you guys, Will Smith really did. It's the Will Smith effect. It's the Will Smith effect. These Super Gremlins are on demon time.
Bad behavior, but it was a touchstone moment for bad behavior and throwing out guardrails and throwing out limits and behaving however you want.
If Isaiah Lee is convicted of all of the misdemeanor charges against him, he faces a total of 1.5 years behind bars. Reporting live in West Hollywood, I'm Tom Waite, KCAL 9 News.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, in school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.